What's happening? Kangaroo comes out of nowhere. My hair, it's a bit windy. I get so distracted. Oh, oh yeah, of course. I forgot to say, I'm on my first solo backpacking trip. I'm recording this video for the third time because the first time it was a complete fail. The second time I was in Sydney, it was windy. Fail again. So right now I'm in Tasmania, trying for the third time. So hopefully, if you're seeing this, it means that it finally worked out and I was happy with the result. So in this video, I want to share more about myself and what you can expect from this YouTube channel. Grab a coffee, tea, or whatever your favorite drink is, and let's have a chat. I will keep this video short, but if you have any questions, you can ask me in the comments. Also, maybe I will do full introduction video later on, but we'll see. For now, I'll keep it short. So, my name is Gergana and I'm originally from Bulgaria, but since 2017 I started living in the Netherlands. I moved around different cities because I was studying, then I was doing my internship. After that, after 4 years, I started working full-time in Amsterdam. So actually for the past 2.5 years I was in Amsterdam working 9 to 5 job. At first, it was great. It was great to have some experience, to feel like you have a secure job, you have a place to stay, living in a big city, what society wants you to have. So it feels like you finally made it. But deep down, I felt like it's not what I want to do, it's what I'm expected to do. So slowly I started working on myself and thinking what I actually want to do for myself to feel truly happy. Even though I was happy and very grateful to live in Amsterdam and work there, because once I dreamed of that life. So okay, sorry, I just got interrupted because there are toilets right behind me. So when someone comes, it's loud and you can hear. Anyway, where was I? I think I was talking about Amsterdam, that I was living in Amsterdam and that the society expects you to have a full-time job and climb the corporate ladder. But yes, I realized that maybe that's not something that I want to do. And I got really confused what I want to do. Should I keep working? Because I studied accounting for nearly 9 years in high school, bachelor, and suddenly I don't want to work that. It was really confusing. So yeah, I spent 2 hours at my job. 2 hours. 2 years. I spent 2.5 years at my job, and I realized that if I keep sitting at this job and doing the same thing, nothing is going to change. And if I don't try what I want to do, which is traveling, I'll never know what it is to be on that side. So I decided to take the risk. I quit my full-time job, and right now I'm just traveling on my savings. I don't have work holiday visa. I'm just a tourist in Australia with no plan, and I don't know when I'll be back. I don't know if I'll be back to my full-time job. I don't know where I'll be in 2 months, 3 months, a year. I'm just someone who is trying to figure out life. I got interrupted again. Suddenly, the whole town came to this public toilet. I don't know if they don't have toilets at their homes, but it got very busy. I waited for 15-20 minutes and I decided to move, but actually I found a much nicer spot. I really like this town. So cozy. Anyway, you'll see more in the coming vlogs. I think I was talking about why I quit my job. Simply said, I don't want to have any regrets in 10 years and to look back and realize that I didn't live fully. I didn't do what I really wanted to do, and I just don't want to have any regrets. And traveling is what I want to do. I want to see as many places as possible. I don't necessarily have the dream to travel to every country, but just as many as possible. For the past 2.5 years since I started working, I also started working more on myself and think about what I want to do. Yeah, I realized that life is not all about working and sitting in an office. And because I always traveled during my vacation days, the more I traveled, the more I realized that I want to keep traveling and see more places. Even though every time I would come back to Amsterdam, I would like Amsterdam even more and more. I'm on my first solo backpacking trip. I moved out of my studio in Amsterdam. I moved all my stuff to my parents' home and packed all the essentials in one backpack and left the country for I don't know how long. No one knows how long. So my plan is to travel Australia, the East Coast. I don't know about New Zealand. I would love to do New Zealand, but it depends how the savings are going. Otherwise, I would just move to Southeast Asia for a couple of months, but that's for later in the year to plan. The reason I'm starting this YouTube channel is because I want to share my own journey. I want to inspire people to travel solo, and I think it would be cool to look back in a couple of years and just see what I've experienced. Also, when I was preparing for this backpacking trip, I watched a lot of YouTube videos and I just thought it would be cool if I could share mine as well and maybe help someone, because it really helped me to see other people traveling and what they're doing, where they're staying, and activities and stuff like that. So yeah, that's the whole reason. I bought a GoPro because it's small and I can also film underwater, because I'm planning to do scuba diving, I think it's called, or snorkeling, but I'm not a professional. I don't know how to edit videos. I don't know how to film, record myself. I don't know how to talk in front of camera. I feel a bit awkward when I have to talk in front of people. All of this is new to me, but I'll get used to it, I hope. I also wanted to share a few thoughts about fears and doubts before starting solo traveling, because I definitely had those. I was preparing for this backpacking trip maybe for the past, let's say, a year, a bit less than a year. But at first, I remember I was super excited. I couldn't wait. But slowly, as it was getting closer, I started to feel more nervous, more scared, more anxious. And even the days before, I was almost not excited. I was just nervous because I don't know where I'm going. I don't know what to expect. I had never stayed in hostels before that, never traveled by myself. I'm going on the other side of the world. What am I gonna do? Where am I gonna sleep? Am I gonna make it with my savings and with the whole planning and organization and booking week per week the places to stay? Am I gonna make any friends? Am I too old? Because watching those vlogs and videos, I saw that most of the backpackers, especially in Australia, maybe they're younger, around early 20s, and I'm 26. And actually, so far, everyone I've met, they're all younger than me. But yeah, I definitely had my thoughts and doubts, and even the last day before I left, I was saying that I don't want to go anymore. I'm scared. I don't know where I'm going and what I'm going to do. But of course, it's all normal. It's completely normal. So, yeah, in this channel, I do want to share my experience, my journey, where I'm going, give you some recommendations, and maybe you'll get inspired to travel too. Maybe someone have the fears, the same fears as me, and doubts, and I do want to show that that's completely fine, but at the end it will be fine. And yeah, like I said, I've never done this before. I've never recorded myself. Not experienced. First time in hostels. Maybe I can talk about this in another video because it was a bit of a shock for me. But anyway, if you have any questions for specific place or whatever, you can just ask me in the comments. And last year, the beginning of... Oh, can you keep it down a little bit? Down, I'm recording. So the beginning of 2024, it's when I started planning my trip to Australia, or just like having the idea that I want to travel Australia and Southeast Asia. And then I started watching a lot of YouTube videos. Left my job end of November, and that's when I moved out of Amsterdam, and I went to Germany for 3 weeks to spend some time with my family because that's where they live. And just on Christmas, on the second day of Christmas, 26th of December, I left on a one-way flight to Sydney. I traveled for 2 days, and yeah, I arrived in Sydney on the 28th of December. But this you'll see in the next vlog. So if you're curious to see more about my journey, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye. If you're curious to see more of my journey, subscribe, like, comment. Hit the ring bell, doorbell.